Meghan Markle's closest circle, Oprah Winfrey, Serena Williams, and even Tyler Perry, has scattered. The A-list squad that once clapped for every speech now ghosts her group chats and dodges cameras. Why? A 60-second pregnancy dance Instagram reel detonated in her hands, torching whatever goodwill she had left. It played like a soft launch for Season 2 of With Love, Meghan, but in reality it exposed a brand already wobbling on its heels. Oprah's daily texts turned into silence. Serena's public follow became a quiet unfollow. Perry, the man who sheltered the Sussexes when the Crown tightened its purse strings, faced his own lawsuit and suddenly stopped returning calls. In Hollywood, the ice out starts softly, replies slow, invitations stall, and before you realize it, the group photo has a gap where your face used to be. Screenshots of unanswered messages leaked to gossip blogs, painting a picture of a duchess talking into a void. Viewers who once saw a confident trailblazer now sensed panic behind the gloss, and they leaned in for a better look. The reel itself dropped at noon Pacific. Meghan, glowing in soft studio light, twirled in a silk dress, hands resting on an apparently pregnant belly, while Harry clapped offbeat to a viral Baby Mama remix. Captions promised Season 2 begins, but the internet noticed the sets matched last year's episodes shot on the same day. Comments lit up with words like tone deaf, cringe, and fake bump. Likes spiked, then dislikes buried them. Within 24 hours, the comments were locked, a silent white flag that only fanned suspicion. Hashtags ignited like Baby Mamagate, Markle Misfire, and Moonbump Redux. TikTok creators stitched freeze frames and slowed them down, pointing at shadows that looked like tape lines or foam padding. Conspiracy theorists resurfaced the old surrogate rumors. Mainstream fans just shook their heads at the awkward choreography. Sentiment trackers recorded a net loss of almost 300,000 Instagram followers in 72 hours. When fans bail, studios feel the quake first. Paramount had been circling a docudrama featuring Meghan's reinvention, but the calls went cold. Inside Netflix, two camps formed. One urged immediate deletion of the reel, warning of advertiser flight. The other clung to the sunk cost fallacy. $100 million package can't be sacrificed over one misstep. A leaked memo demanded strategic content withdrawal. Meghan's answer was a firm no. That single word lit a fuse under an even bigger bomb. Instead of an apology, she delivered a live rant. Facing her phone camera, she called departing supporters posers and fair-weather feminists. She slipped into third person, insisting, "Meghan will not apologize for showing joy." The performance felt rehearsed yet raw, theatrical yet brittle. Fans who had defended her against tabloids recoiled at being scolded. Every influencer knows Rule 1, never insult the audience. She did exactly that, and the meme smiths pounced. Clips of the rant, edited with clown horn punchlines, spread faster than the original reel. While she fought commenters online, her show went under the knife. Producers sliced out luxury brand close-ups, swapped in DIY kitchen shots, and wedged diversity talking points into voiceovers. Crew morale tanked. One editor posted cryptic coffee cup selfies captioned, "Still scrubbing gold leaf off reality." Critics noticed recycled life coaching themes that resembled other wellness brands. The patches looked obvious, and the ratings forecasts plummeted. Sponsors read the room. A skincare line pulled pre-roll ads citing brand alignment. A beverage company froze renewal talks. Risk analysts projected a 35% return drop if Season 2 aired unchanged. Even as doors slammed, Meghan framed her stance as artistic integrity. "I won't compromise authenticity," she declared on a morning show, dodging questions about follower erosion. Commentators compared the saga to the Kanye-Adidas implosion and warned the cliff was closer than she thought. Polls bore it out. Her favorability slid below 22%, the lowest since the royal exit days. Yet she doubled down again, promising fans the new season would reveal the real me they've been waiting for. Audience replies dripped with skepticism. Which real you? "We've counted 5. Crisis managers begged for a short apology tour. She chose a magazine cover instead airbrushed, backlit, and paired with a quote about overcoming hateful strangers. Meanwhile, the Hollywood Whisper Network turned to a roar. Studios don't just invest in content, they invest in predictability. Meghan was proving erratic, and erratic costs money. One producer joked, "She's a 5-alarm fire in a velvet dress." Another quietly moved a female empowerment documentary to a TikTok creator with fewer followers but better goodwill. Meghan's camp leaked that executives were trying to silence a strong woman. Executives leaked that they were trying to protect shareholder value. Back in the real world, the fan exodus raced ahead. Community pages that once posted Sussex highlight reels pivoted to other royals or wiped entire archives. Twitter threads chronicled each dropped brand deal like ticker tape scandals. Paramount exit, skincare pullout, podcast sponsor retreat. A social data firm published a heat map showing her supportive tweets shrinking from continents to isolated dots in California. The headline read, "The Duchess Without a Country." Still, she kept talking. In a podcast cameo, she complained about fake loyalty, declaring real supporters stay through storms. Listeners heard manipulation, not empowerment. People dislike being told their criticism equals betrayal, especially by multimillionaires broadcasting from Montecito. Bloggers drafted think pieces about parasocial fatigue and influencer accountability. The consensus: authenticity is currency, and the mint was empty. Inside the Netflix war room, tempers flared. One co-CEO wanted to salvage the project by shelving half the episodes and demanding fresh shoots. The other insisted they ride it out and pray for hate watch numbers. Staffers dubbed the debate Red Wedding versus Red Notice. Either kill the bride or let the flop burn. Deadlines slipped. Budgets ballooned. Editing bays became confessionals of exasperated interns. Then came the friendship obituary headline: Meghan Markle has no friends left in Hollywood. It ran in a Sunday tabloid but caught mainstream traction because no one could name a single public ally willing to defend her on record. Even Tyler Perry, mid-lawsuit, said nothing. Oprah sent a vague tweet about choosing stories that uplift. Serena posted baby pictures. Silence speaks volumes. The rumors grew darker. A palace insider hinted Harry was exhausted by the constant damage control. A former Archewell staffer claimed charity partners were reviewing commitments. Comment sections filled with speculation about split finances and separate press schedules. Meghan's lawyers issued curt denials, but the narrative machine no longer took cues from statements. It churned on its own momentum. As Season 2 launch day approached, Netflix dropped a trailer. The new cut leaned hard into self-worth messaging. Meghan narrated over slow-motion shots of beach walks and baking scenes, proclaiming, "We are enough." Viewers weren't convinced. The trailer's dislike bar dwarfed likes within hours. Reaction channels had field days dissecting every breathy line. One YouTuber summarized, "She's selling empowerment like it's a clearance candle." Advertisers sprinted. A mid-tier brand renegotiated lower rates. Big brands ghosted. A leaked spreadsheet showed projected ad revenue down 40% from Season 1. Board members demanded risk mitigation. Netflix PR drafted contingencies. Meghan posted a filtered selfie captioned, "Onwards and upwards," and turned comments off. The week the show dropped, it opened at number 6 on the platform Respectable until one remembers the marketing budget. By day 4, it had slid out of the top 10. Review aggregators labeled it mid. Industry pundits called it a warning to all streamer talent tandems. No persona is fireproof. Hate watchers compiled cringe edits. Supporters struggled to defend footage that felt mass-produced. Behind the scenes, cost-cutting hit staff. Freelancers who'd moved to Santa Barbara for post-production gigs got termination emails. A junior producer tweeted a crying emoji and "Welp." The Duchess went silent for 48 hours, then surfaced on a wellness podcast to decry online toxicity. The host nodded empathetically. Listeners rolled their eyes. Every sentence now sounded like spin. Meanwhile, charities once spotlighted by Archewell drifted away. A women's shelter quietly removed the Sussex logo from its donor wall after volunteers reported harassment from anti-fan trolls. Meghan's team insisted the decision was mutual. The shelter issued no statement. In 2025, transparency matters, and that hush felt suspicious. Commentators added it to the evidence of a brand in freefall. Eventually, the money men stepped in. Netflix triggered a performance clause, withholding the final payment tranche until viewership targets met. Insiders whisper they never will. Paramount iced the shelved docudrama indefinitely. A publishing imprint paused negotiations for Meghan's wellness cookbook. Banks run on confidence, so do entertainment deals. In both cases, rumors topple what facts sometimes can't. The tragedy is simple. Meghan still has talent and reach. She could have pivoted, apologized, recalibrated. Instead, she doubled down on a version of herself the audience no longer recognized. The harsher she scolded, the faster they walked. She drew a line between true supporters and fake ones, shrinking her circle until it was a dot. Analytics confirmed it. Average completion for With Love, Meghan hovered at 32%, a death knell for ad revenue. Netflix silently throttled promo spend. Billboards planned for Chicago and Dallas never materialized. Email blasts were scrapped. Meghan's team posted daily behind-the-scenes reels. Engagement barely flickered. During a tense strategy meeting, a senior advisor suggested a radical fix: film a raw, single-camera apology. Meghan's response per leaks was a curt, "Not happening." Harry remained silent. Staff exchanged, knowing looks the crash would continue. Financial ripples reached real estate. Rumors spread that the couple's Montecito presence lowered neighborhood values due to paparazzi congestion. Whether true or not, gossip sells. Real estate bloggers amplified the story under clickbait headlines. Variety published an investigative piece titled, "The Brand That Couldn't Apologize," tracing missteps from ignored test audiences to internal chaos. Quotes from staff painted Meghan as well-meaning but stubbornly insulated. The story trended top 3 on Twitter for a day, overshadowing the streaming premiere. Reviews piled up. Beautifully shot but emotionally hollow. A masterclass in missing the cultural moment, proof that self-curation can cross into self-caricature. YouTube critics spliced highlights with commentary, juxtaposing each claim of authenticity with examples of influencers who redeemed themselves by owning mistakes. Google Trends showed Meghan Markle wellness spiking, then free-falling below baseline within 9 days. Fatigue turned to avoidance. Netflix's shareholder letter buried the damage in a single line about underperforming nonfiction properties. Analysts decoded it, and Meghan's negotiating power evaporated. Week 6 brought silence. Meghan stopped posting. PR agencies pitched avenues, back long-form interviews, philanthropic pivots, journalistic sit-downs that press, not pander. Redemption requires accountability. Whether she embraces that remains uncertain. Zooming out, Meghan's fall mirrors earlier meltdowns. Ellen DeGeneres survived a toxic workplace scandal thanks to 2 decades of goodwill. James Charles clawed back after legal settlements and transparency. Meghan's fame, born from narrative not product, leaves less cushion. Brand Barometer's Authentic Cred Index says recovery is possible but steep. One high-impact charitable initiative or candid interview could shift public perception. But revenue already shrank. Sponsorship rates dropped from $200,000 a post to fractions. Staff streamlined, hires paused. Collaborators tread carefully. Directors fear on-set chaos, insurers add scandal clauses, deals evaporate. All because deleting gore, contextualizing a 1-minute reel felt like surrender. Mental health advocates note the human cost. Meghan once spoke about suicidal thoughts under media pressure. Now, critics question sincerity, an unfair backlash, but inevitable. Mention mental health and risk accusations of weaponizing vulnerability. Stay silent and seem aloof. Navigating that minefield takes experienced clinicians and savvy communicators' resources she must leverage quickly. Algorithms won't forget. Any future venture will trigger baby mamagate shorthand for distrust. Digital footprints are forever. Creators watching from the sidelines should note, community can't be commanded, only nurtured. Combative monologues guarantee revolt. The Crisis Comms playbook lists 5 R's: recognize, regret, responsibility, remedy, repeat. Meghan only recognized. Companies from Tylenol to Airbnb show the formula works. Individuals resisted at their peril. Ad agency brand safety dashboards flagged Meghan red for sentiment and coverage. Even with a tearful apology tomorrow, major brands require 90 quiet days before reconsidering deals. Smaller influencers fear algorithmic cross-contamination and decline cameos. The Duchess's namespace now carries that scar. Pundits ask if celebrity activism is past its peak. Data suggests audiences favor collective action stories over individual heroism. Meghan's narrative personal empowerment clashes with this shift. Traditional press still feeds the cycle. A candid photo of Meghan without makeup triggers "Duchess in distress?" headlines. Online discourse oscillates between empathy and schadenfreude, reflecting polarization. Rumors swirl that Harry explores veteran mental health initiatives distinct from lifestyle controversies. If launched solo, commentators will call it strategic divergence. As months pass, historians will compare Meghan to Wallace Simpson, another American accused of shaking monarchy foundations. But Simpson faded into obscurity. Meghan cannot disappear. Digital memory ensures perpetuity. Even holiday cards become landmines. Release delayed as teams debate tone formal or candid, glossy or grainy. Every pixel sits under a microscope. True endings rarely arrive. Audiences move on, but algorithms keep embers glowing. PR departments everywhere bookmark this saga. Transparency beats theatrics, humility outperforms hubris, and follower counts mean nothing without trust equity. Lessons crystallize. Social capital is perishable. Algorithmic amplification is agnostic. Fans forgive errors faster than arrogance. PR spin cannot mimic grassroots authenticity. Timing is king. Own the misfire early and the half-life shrinks. Perhaps Meghan will record that raw video, pivot toward measurable impact, rebuild trust, or retreat behind curated supporters and occasional product drops. Redemption arcs win Emmys. Cautionary tales fill classrooms. The internet will watch either way. Remember, growth metrics without genuine connection build houses on sand. Next time you scroll past a polished empowerment reel, recall the Duchess who danced with a fake bump and lost the world's applause. We'll be here to track the next rise, the next crash, and ask whether authenticity survived another round in the arena. And that's a wrap! If today's scoop had you raising an eyebrow or two, tap that like button to let us know. Got a hot take or inside tea? Drop it in the comments so the whole crew can weigh in. Not part of the fam yet? Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell because the next twist is always one upload away.